like real young kindergarten or whatever, I always, because of my height, they in my stature, they always just assumed I needed less love. Like, and they always just thought
Oh, I
I
got
had
plenty of
it.
love for you.
And then this nigga
You know I
Libra, both
love
of
you.
y'all Libra.
You know I love you
And
to
my moon
death.
is in Libra, so
Yeah.
it's just like two sides.
Welcome to the
Real,
Grade A
real.
podcast.
What's up?
This your boy Sir Kingsley, aka Drip Hamilton.
I'm Marcellus Sefner, aka Gerald LaFlirt.
And I am J Bambii, aka Oprah Gucci.
The original Oprah
Yeah,
Gucci.
You know?
Don't you know? You
Shout out
know.
to actual Oprah too, though. I like your dances. You've been
Right,
doing
relate
lately.
to, you know,
Rich nigga
and they're
swag.
both Aquariuses. When I did it, I didn't even know that.
For real?
Yeah,
Gucci Mane and Oprah?
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
Huh.
And my Venus is an Aquarius. I have a Aquarius, like, whole, I have a lot of Aquarius
Your
in my
ass so
chart.
spiritual. What is exactly your sign? Because I know you just said you're a Libra moon or
I'm a
something.
Sagittarius
Bang,
sun.
that's what it was. So you
Yeah,
got same
I'm a
sign as my mama.
Sagittarius, December 18th. I'm a Taurus rising and
Huh?
a Libra moon. Yeah, I'm a Taurus
I'm
rising.
so confused. How does that work?
So it's broken up into different things. Like, one of my good friends, shout out to Ashley. She's an amazing astrologer. She goes into depth, like, by breaking down the way that we relate, like your sun and your moon sign, or the relationship your parents had when you were born.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't know that. So, like, that shit is kind of
So,
cool.
are you going by your parents' sign or?
Oh no! Well, I unfortunately.
How do you do the math
My
for
mom
this?
is a Gemini,
Okay.
and my dad is an Aries.
So, how did you get your
Okay.
math right for the
So
your
you
horizon?
have to know your birth time. You have to know your birth time. At least it used to be like an hour. Shit, at this point, you really need to be within the 30-minute range. Like, you need to be
Oh.
within that. Like, you need to be very accurate.
Okay.
Like, having down to the minute would probably be great. I was born at 2:30 p.m. So you put that in. Born here in Chicago on the South Side, and then after you put all that shit in, you basically also put in, you know, your date of birth and what else do they need? Yeah, like AM, PM, all that shit. You put that shit in, and it put up all your charts. If you don't know the time, you can at least know your planets. If you know your planets, it helps you kind of like know a little bit more about how you are. Like, Venus is like about love and money and your body and more general, like, pleasure and what pleases you. And then Mercury is how you communicate with people, and then Jupiter is how you give to people, or what what channel you usually gain and give in. So,
Interesting.
like, my Jupiter's in Libra, so I give and will get by connecting with people, by being with people, by partnerships.
Like how
and
Libras are social
yes,
beings.
yes.
Got
So
you.
if I'm not social, then I'm not gaining. Parts of-
Okay. So you're not on Twitter.
No.
So you're not, but you're on other social media.
Yeah.
So how are you still gaining?
So I feel like there's levels of gaining. Like, social media is not the only way to connect to people. I try to go out here and there. I would drive myself crazy if I was in the house, but I'm also very much so an extrovert. But I learned being an introvert through survival. Because being around people sometimes isn't always good. Like, sometimes people be fucking your shit up.
Bad vibes, good vibes only over here.
And not even, and I challenge people to say, like, it's always good to feel good, but, like, what about real vibes?
Right. That's
Like, what about authentic vibes? Like, that's
all
really what I've
emotions.
been- Yeah, because I will cry at the function. I will cry at the party. I don't give a fuck. I'll cry at the party. I don't care.
Oh.
I've been there. I cried at Bonita Applebun. Oh, man, look, let her tell you. She had a party at the crib, and I had some rough shit happen. Being a black woman, being a woman, you deal with people who do not take your body for honor and take your body as, like, something that should be a privilege to be dealt with and have. And I was dealing with a lot of trauma around that. And my friend came over, and she kind of looked me dead in the eye and was like, "What's up?" And I just started tearing up. And I was just like, fuck, this is my homie birthday. Like, we supposed to be turning up. And I'm like, fuck, I'm sad as hell. Like, I'm really fucked up. I just started crying, bawling, crying. And after that, literally people came in. I was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" Like I was so embarrassed because I will cry, but you know there are certain things that we are socialized to believe, and you know pride, and you know not wanting to be open and vulnerable and shit. And I was like, "Fuck it! Like y'all have no idea. Y'all gonna leave this party, and I'm still gonna be here."
Right. That's real.
So I cried. Niggas came over like. Niggas, hood niggas, whatever niggas, whole party came in the room and hugged me. That shit was so crazy, and I knew that's what that moment taught me. That is, I have to learn how to be authentic in my moments, because there was something to be beautifully gained from that. True. And like, even if it didn't end up in a hug, it ended up in a release. I still felt good, but then I also got the privilege of having my community, a sort of community around me. So I fucked with that. So like. I know my community here has just been different in finding and navigating community without social media in certain cases, but Twitter is toxic. Twitter was fucking me up. I actually ended up in the hospital at the end of June, literally the last day of June, and stress and anxiety, chest pains from stress eating, and also just from stress. Like, stress is its own thing. Like, eating is a very small part. It can kind of like top it or be the ice on top, but stress is like 90% of that, 85% of that. That's and real. I was in the hospital and I was like, fuck, I have to really be very cautious of what and who is in my space. So at that point,
I feel you. I had like a mental breakdown in January. So something had happened where, like, basically I felt like I was going crazy or whatever.
Real shit.
And so basically mixed with my stomach. You know, my stomach was hurting. I was going through.
And that's where anxiety sits. Anxiety sits in the chest, and it also sits in the stomach.
Yeah, so.
And that's why when you breathe, they tell you to breathe through your nose all the way into your stomach. But yeah, continue what you were saying.
No, so then basically when that had happened, I was just like, damn, happened, and I was like, damn, I'm going crazy or whatever. Like, this shit is just like, just so much going on in this life, like everything around me, just like, I was just feeling like, how could I actually be the best me at the same point in time? Then I don't know, like, I had to actually deal with, like, my emotions. Like, I went back to my therapist. I had to actually deal with, you know, like, the ups and downs, not being where I wanted to be in life. People talking to me crazy, you know what I'm saying? Me, you gotta keep my composure. Me just, like, being, like, a regular individual and a regular human, and just, like, and also be compassionate at the same time. Because if you know me, you know I can be pretty mean or pretty, like, an asshole.
That is a Libra thing off protection. Like, and it's also kind of like, y'all are the scales, so y'all just kind of got to even shit out for yourselves. Like, okay, this many people was blowing the fuck out of me. I got to blow the fuck out of this many people. And I'll be like, okay, like, okay, that's cool. I understand. And the crazy thing you say about that is like Saturn rules restrictions. It rules depression, time. It rules boundaries. It rules karma, truth. It's the devil card in the tarot deck. It's also part of the judgment card in the tarot deck, and a little bit of low-key the moon card to me too, showing you like your subconscious and showing you what's hidden and things that need to be picked up and taken apart. Also, it rules foundation, and Saturn is a big part of, like, it's sometimes seen as the father.
Okay. But
I think it also can be, if we just take it out of that context, it can be the person who rewards you for your hard work. And your honesty and your integrity, because Capricorn and Saturn because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, is about integrity, it's about honesty, it's about what's sturdy, what will stick. Like the Tower card is another big one. A lot of us have been going through Tower card moments, like everything's shaking, and the Tower card hits you from the top of your head. It doesn't hit the rest of your body, because it's the ego thing.
Got it.
So when you think about tarot and astrology and all of those things, it's really more so they're all intertwined. I was a bio major before I got into spirituality. I love science. And I think science led me to astrology. Yeah,
because there's a lot of science. It's a lot of science involved with it. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So how did you ultimately get into tarot cards and astrology? Like, I know you say you love science, but how did this come about? Like,
I was 13. Well, first of all, my mom.
It wasn't Miss Cleo, was it?
No,
okay.
I heard of Miss Cleo, but people made fun of her, like Kenan Thompson and all that, like, you know, and the other girl on there.
Yeah.
They all used to do like
They on little skits,
and I
yeah.
was like, no, like that shit cool. I used to think that shit cool. Like I used to like Courage the Cowardly Dog. I used to like getting fucked up. Like there was like it's an occult thing. Like
Courage is a pretty dark show.
Like that show is dark, but,
it's
I was
awesome.
gonna watch it every week. I used to scare the shit out of myself and watch scary movies, even though I knew I'd be fucked up. The Ring, nigga, I was scared of that shit for 3 months.
Man, wow.
I cannot watch.
Wow.
Oh my god! I remember one time the cable went out in the house and the screen went static, and I said, "Oh my god!" I ran upstairs. Like I was like, "Mom, like no!" And I used to ask my mom. I went to be into the just paranormal activity. Niggas looking at the shit on the thermometer. I used to watch the Discovery Channel. I used to watch Animal Planet. I used to watch the History Channel. I used to watch the Travel Channel. I used to watch Crash Box. Like all the weird, crazy, obscure shit. Adventure Time is the only thing I believe in on TV right now. Like in overall, and they're about to get canceled.
I think it's over with already.
It's not. I don't know if they canceled. I feel like they're more so retiring. That was a hit.
Yeah, I think they retired it already. I believe.
And that was the sophomore. I had
It's
to
just
like
old.
Yeah, they retired Gumball too.
Yeah, Gumball's amazing.
All those kids getting too old to talk to their
Fucking
voice.
Yeah, type shit.
The regular shows.
Regular show's gone.
I really liked Toonami back in the day. I used to love
Yeah, that
Space
was really
Ghost
good.
Coast to Coast.
SpongeBob has a lot of good life lessons.
SpongeBob's first 2 seasons
Great
are
life
crack.
lessons.
Yeah, but the other
Hey
ones
Arnold,
can low-key go through.
Rugrats, like yeah,
Rugrats,
there's a lot of
yes.
shit that really like taps you. Hey Arnold was my favorite show.
Yeah,
Like,
Hey Arnold is so fucked up.
That was
and
my
so
favorite
real.
cartoon,
That shit is
yeah.
Niggas sound real 90s kids now
They
talking.
lived in a co-op.
yeah, they did.
That's
they really
what I
did.
wanted to do.
They
I wanted
really
to one
did.
day live in
And
a
he
co-op.
had a
I
whole
think that
ass
shit
attic
crazy.
room with natural lighting and
Yeah.
like
I
high tech
wish I
gadgets.
lived in that shit. If
Like-
they had some shit like that rented, maybe I can. I might need to make a vision board because I'm looking for a new apartment right now.
I'm gonna
That's
move to
where
an
I'm at,
apartment
too.
like that. It was in
Yeah.
Bridgeport though.
And that's back to the social thing. Like, I want to be social, but I even have some people who read energy or like, you need to be living by yourself right now. So I taking a break, you know, bouncing back between my mom's house. I paid up my lease on, and I'm just paying a fat ass affirmation board, probably about as big as this table.
Damn. Okay.
And I just wrote in permanent marker in all different directions what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to get done. And I feel like that is something we really need to take into consideration, how much power we do have in certain cases. You know, there are fucked up, you know, external situations, but I really fuck with the idea of finding time to work with me and work on me and be, to me, we as women are taught that we have to we have to link up with somebody. Women,
True.
like we have very few examples of women that are allowed to be alone. Tracy Ellis Ross. Nobody say shit about what the fuck Tracy Ellis Ross doing.
Yeah.
She could be thick as and her fine ass outfits and just be funny as hell on Instagram. Nobody's like, I wonder why Tracy Ellis Ross not married.
Well, I don't say it. I don't say it out loud, but I definitely.
I don't think that narrative
It's mostly
pushed
because
out
I
there.
want to marry Tracy Ellis Ross.
That's
though,
that. I
myself,
think we
yeah.
all want to marry Tracy Ellis Ross, and I think you know.
If ever she just wants to take a vacation on my tongue, she can do that. She's got
You know
the
what?
full access ride. I'm just
I think-
saying.
I
all
feel-
inclusive, baby. I hope you hear this.
But I think she's a great example of. Look, you can feel that way.
No,
about
but
her,
I
love
mean,
that,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we're allowed
I
to,
find
you
her
know,
attractive.
sex
She's a
positive
beautiful.
shit.
She's
What
a
if
beautiful
she got a
woman.
man that
Let
everybody
me
in
not
the
get
industry
too,
knows?
Like, too like sexual harassing
that's
about
my
it. She's
point.
a beautiful woman, but
You
like
said
no, she's
sexual
amazing.
harassing.
Like,
Whoa.
I said I'm not trying to get too sexual harassy about it, but like she's an
Harassy,
incredible woman.
yeah.
She is gorgeous. She is hella smart.
You already
she
get
is
hella
hella
sexual
funny.
side.
She is hella fly. She's the type of woman that I would want to ride on my face for 2 weeks straight. I'm just saying.
I just
Tracy.
think that's not mad. There's a lot of stuff that we say about, you know, women are just equally as nasty, if not worse.
I feel like that's Twitter
I
talk.
heard girls talk about he could bag the shit out of my back. We can break my back whenever.
Niggas
It's
be
the
on
same
some
thing.
blow my back out. That's what niggas.
Wait,
That's what we say. Like,
wait,
blow my back out.
wait, what?
But why would somebody want to blow anything out? Like fuck anything up, blow anything out, knock.
So you say you never wrote anything like this on Twitter before?
I want her to climax. It's about her.
You never wrote anything like that on Twitter before?
I have. I've said some wild shit on Twitter.
Freak.
I've said some wild shit on Twitter.
Ass.
What's the freakiest thing you ever think you wrote on Twitter?
You probably said some wild shit. You a poet. Too.
Mars, what's the freakiest thing you think you ever wrote on Twitter?
I don't know, man. I don't want to get into that. I just looked at my old tweets
I
2 weeks
know.
ago.
What are some of your old tweets?
I can't even talk about it, man. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. I'm trying to get somewhere.
I don't know. I know I be saying,
back.
I've said made some penis jokes. I made some ovary jokes. Made some vagina jokes. Talk about.
Did you ever make period
eggs.
jokes?
Period jokes are great. Like I was just talking about periods. Like
they're awesome. We should be a lot more like open about those.
Yeah. First of all, let's get into it because I think I'm about to be on my period sometime soon, and I'm just like waiting because I know when I'm about to be on my period. Yes, and look, ask the dude to go get
periods are super periods are awesome because I feel for women when they go through them. Like I've lived with old girlfriends. I got a mom, I got a sister. Like I'm very aware.
I've seen a guy eat period pussy before.
Okay. That was some world star shit.
Well,
that was
some
wild
shit.
2 videos.
He looked like a vampire too when he did.
On a magical level, that's damn near a root on you. Because you take
a root?
Somebody's blood, you take somebody's life for
vampire life.
Like, we're not gonna get into it too much, but just know that
I know where you go with it. Yeah.
Like,
whoa.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. That's the thing, bro. That's a real thing.
Wait, tell me more about this thing.
I'm not gonna go into too much.
I don't know about it. I don't know.
I didn't
Santa.
Look, that's like you can cut cords with people. Like these are things that women are now, and I think people in general are getting into because there's energetic cords you can have with people. That's why you can know. When
wait, slow down. What was that word you just used?
Energetic cords.
Tell me what that means.
So when we're all sitting right here, right? We all chilling. Even when Mars leaves and goes over there, or Jake is over there, or homie sitting over here on the couch, like we can feel each other's energy. Like your energy force goes about 3 to 9 feet.
I gotta ask, are you saying that like if you eat a woman's vagina when she's on her period, then like she just possesses you from there on out?
No, I'm not saying that. See, that's why I didn't see. That's why I'm not gonna go into detail. I'm not gonna go into detail.
It's got some complexities to it.
But wait.
It cause some codependent shit.
Okay.
I'll say that.
So back to the word.
It will show up as codependency on a certain, because you be like, why?
Literally like rituals and shit like that where they would use period blood for
But that word you used
okay, let's go back because to make sure that there isn't no body.
I want the audience to know too.
Okay,
like,
look, it can't be no bullshit about no devil worshiping or no other bullshit. It ain't
I'm
none
here
of that,
with
you.
you.
Know what
I'm
I'm
here
saying?
with you.
But we talking to people who don't know.
True.
So when we say these things and just talk and banter and conversation, it can leave a lot of things unsaid. Sex magic can be very simple, very complex. I am not that complex yet in ritual work. Do I do sex magic? Yes, there are simple ways to do sex magic. So as this, you can masturbate and think about things, and at orgasm or at climax, you can either say ashe or continue to repeat that says so affirmation.
Wow.
That is a way to bring in energy because orgasms are some of the highest places of energy. Like that is like you're literally generating energy in your body through rubbing.
It's an explosion inside of you.
Rubbing, through rubbing, warming, through all types of electricity, friction, all those things cause electricity, conduction. You're thinking at the same time. Your brain is already moving brain cells. It is through electrons, protons. It's through your myelin sheaths. All those motherfucking bio brain terms. The psychology behind it is that through repetition, when it sticks, and usually at those moments that's when shit kind of sticks because you're in your most vulnerable, whatever. So that's one example. Another example of magic is doing affirmations for yourself. I have been taught, and back to, who taught me tarot, a wonderful, wonderful woman who got me into holistic medicine and Ayurvedic medicine, which is the study of how your body type and who you are as an individual emotionally is a tool to help you find out what is the best way for you to eat and for your exercise, your exercise routine and shit. So she put me on all types of game. And, I've had other women and other witches and other brujas put me on the sex magic. So, like, you get different teachers. The teacher who taught me everything I know right now about tarot is Mama Woods. And she didn't even teach because
Mama Woods.
So Jamila Woods' mom taught me tarot cards. And this is actually, why we sitting here. This is the first day.
I want you to do my tarot sometime on the show today.
So I think I can do a tarot card reading because we just had.
Cause I know you were talking about it. Like before the show, how you wanted to like do some tarot. I want you to read mine on the show.
These are my cards. These are just a few of them.
Let me put my glasses on. Let me make sure I'm.
Shit, cause I thought my friends with glasses are so cool.
So I got glasses so I could read better, but then like my parents didn't know like I just was lazy ass, and I kept wearing the glasses. Yeah, I kept wearing them. Now I really need glasses.
You know what? Funny
The life of a Nigerian finesser.
I also feel like our parents aren't always right.
True.
And I think that kind of is another reason how it led me to tarot. My grandfather was clairvoyant. He read tea leaves. My grandfather
read tea leaves.
Yeah, he used to read all the tea leaves. Like,
wow.
So basically, there's a certain type of tea. I don't know too much about his practice because I never got a chance to meet him because he passed away before I was born.
R.I.P.
So like, I never got a chance to meet him. But he was a Sagittarius like me. He was 6'8". He was also queer, and I didn't find that out. My mom and my grandmother didn't find that out until after he passed away. And I thought that was kind of cool because like, I grew up and discovered myself through spirituality about my queerness, about my multimodal, complex being. And I am very desperately ingrained in not necessarily Christianity, but God and the Most High. Prayer here and there.
Facts.
Having a blessing over your food. Speaking positively over your food, not lying and stealing and certain shit like that, like trying to live by some type of different
a good code,
right? And that's a
do right,
Sagittarius
baby.
thing anyway.
Do right,
Libra shit, and I'm also moon and Libra, so it's my
we know
right
you
there.
You really just want to be in our club.
I do love Libra, and I have to keep reminding myself that I'm a moon and Libra because sometimes I want to hate that part of me. And it's not necessarily hate because I'm a Sagittarius and my Taurus energy is so like, and then my Libra be like, oh, but what about you just do this instead? And I'll be like, no, I don't want to. Or it can be really passive aggressive. Like there's certain parts of me that I cannot fuck with, which I be working on so hard. And I also love and accept these parts and approve of these parts because ultimately it made me who I am. Really? So I just have to work on being better in who I am. So, all these things, tarot, astrology, numerology, Akashic records, candle work, water, using water as a tool. Like you can leave water out on your balcony or something when there's a full moon and you can power and charge water up. You can use you just put out for people who you want to
talk to the ancestors when you do.
Yeah, and when you do tarot, it's not something.
No, your hands.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just like, when you do tarot.
Yeah, your hands are covering the mic. Yeah.
When you do tarot, and also I guess spirituality is a very sensitive topic for me. So we sometimes subconsciously try to protect ourselves with certain body mannerisms and stuff like that. True. So being conscious and aware of that. But yeah, I love tarot and astrology because it was brought to me. I didn't look for it.
Did you see
like a great access to education
Mm-hmm.
because I went to a Christian academy. I used to get in trouble all of the time. Oh my God. And not even bad trouble. I used to just do
It's traumatizing.
oh yeah, that's even yes,
What the
and we
fuck?
also not even gonna talk about Greek, Black Greek life and how we perpetuate a lot of abuse. Together. Like I lived with a white girl who was really crazy, and like this is before I figured out who I was. So it's like these moments are so prominent in who I am right now because
Right.
I met Dr. Cornel West at my school. I met Dave Chappelle at my school because he lived 20 minutes away. Like all type
you
of
in
shit.
that area.
Yeah, and
Okay,
Dr. Cornel West always told me, like, you from Chicago, you'll make it anywhere. You're going to make it anywhere. And I was like, damn. And I just remember also protesting at my school. I used to go read poems because I read poetry, like, because that's how I got into rap. I did poetry. And I did poetry before I went. How the girls on my basketball team treated me. That was the main reason why I quit. I
Really?
quit 2 weeks. I played basketball. Yeah, that's why I went to
I
that
remember you
school.
telling me that.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I went to that school because I was playing basketball and I was like, they was going to give me some money. And I was going to go to other schools, but they didn't have what I wanted. So, like, UCLA at one point, University of Chicago didn't take me because I had a D in Spanish my junior year. I was going to be on Louder Than Learning cared about me, but also didn't put up with my bullshit. I like really tough teachers. My science teacher, Mr. Taft, used to get in my ass. He's like, Jasmine Barber. And I'd be like, yes. Like, I used to get my shit together. I did not bullshit with him. Like, and I did really good in his class. Then I had a history teacher when I did the poetry team. I did the poetry club. And I was going to quit the basketball team when I was in high school because niggas don't even know how traumatizing sports are for black students in CPS and in private school too. I just think sport.
I mean,
culture
the name calling alone.
It's entertainment.
Yeah, and
That's
it's
what
fucked
it
up.
is.
And outside of just being entertainment, it's really not paid. Like, I feel like anybody who
work
play
you
high
like
school, like you should be paid like after school matters. Like you should be paid for that. Like there was so much time. Like, I was in the IB program too, so I did work. I was doing like hella work. Like I had to type a 13-page paper 2 days before this shit was due because sectionals and regionals was around the same time it was due.
They were saying NCAA students, the way they practice and basically and train in the games, it's a 40-hour job. It's a 40-hour job, but then the way they broke it down on like real sports.
Way you up. On
40
ESPN.
mil.
Back in the day, like, oh damn, I'm on ESPN, but then it's like, oh shit.
When you really
like,
think
niggas
about the
just
bigger
auctioning me.
picture,
All these white people in suits, black people in suits, sitting on brims on the ends of gyms to watch 6 or 7 kids.
Yeah, it's new slaves. I mean, in that way. So it's like.
And I had to get out that shit. And the reason why I had my spiritual awakening was that I decided I was going to drop out of school.
What do you think about NCAA lets kids get agents now in college?
I think that shit is so irresponsible because you're just trying to take care of your family. My mom ain't go to college.
The question was, how do you feel about Well, I don't know if they can hear you over there, but the question was how
does she feel about the NCAA letting college kids have agency?
I think that's bullshit. That's what I'm saying. I think it's unfortunate.
They didn't.
I mean, it's even worse though.
Worse because when you was in high school, that shit was super pressured, and it was so much homophobia, so much just a lot of conventional ideas. Like women had periods. Like we used to have cramps and shit. Niggas did not get no fuck.
Of course, you're expendable.
And then also, working out is helping your period, but there's levels, and it's not supposed to be strenuous working out. It's going to be a nice light, moderate, or a nice little jog.
Oh, that helps you. That helps your period.
It do help. Yeah, exercise helps.
Yeah, working out.
Yeah, working out helps. Yeah, nice. No, it do. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But they also didn't teach us too much about nutrition too well because it was really like eat Subway and don't eat Flaming Hots.
I feel like a lot of stuff growing up, like they didn't teach us like the best things. Like right now, it's a whole different world.
We are learning. That's what I'm saying. Like
we learning on the go so fast.
And the kids are smart as fuck. That's why I also teach. So it's like when I look at my students, I'm so glad that they're figuring out shit that I'm now just figuring out.
Think about like 10 years ago, you really didn't see niggas drinking green smoothies.
Also, look at the Da Vinci Code, Harry Potter. I used to love Harry Potter.
No, I'm talking about like look how the world was 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago, Harry Potter came out, and niggas would not let their kids go see Harry Potter.
No, that's like 08. I'm talking about like that.
Oh, no. That was, 10 years ago?
Oh, that's like the end of Harry Potter. That's the end of Harry Potter.
Yeah. It was about 15
That's the Obama. 10 years ago, Obama came into office.
2008. No, I was in high school when that last. Yeah, so 2008, that last Harry Potter came out around that time.
It was like 4.
And they were still not really accepting.
It was like 5. Yeah.
It was
I was
a long
10 years
time.
old when that shit
Damn,
came.
Harry
so
Potter.
How old are you?
Harry Potter's been in our lives for about a third of our lives.
You were 15 10 years ago.
Yeah.
No, 15 years ago I was 10.
No, 10 years ago you were 15.
Cut off.
I think 94 is the cutoff.
I was born in 96 or 97 is the cutoff.
No, see, my brother was born in 95.
I feel like a lot of kids born after 95 is like it's different.
Yeah,
it's different. It's different.
Gee, 94.
You gotta think about it. Like you gotta think about it. You gotta think of
94. I started kindergarten.
Yeah,
94.
like that makes sense. Like you're 6 by 2000 and you're 7 by 9/11 happens. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
feel you special.
you're like a millennial baby. Yeah, we're like a 6th grade. So like 95 is a cutoff for me. I was a 5th grader when 9/11 happened, but I feel like 95 is the cutoff for you 90s babies.
You're younger than me, so yeah, that makes sense.
Like we are.
Talking about like in that whole like millennial wave, like
like
Rob never seen Goosebumps.
Oh my god!
But
you know, he's like he is an immigrant. No, facts. He never seen all that.
He didn't grow up.
He never seen all that.
that.
You know how like we talking right now? Like you ever seen all that? He's like, what? I'm like, all that. He's like,
you remember?
Damn, Nick.
He didn't even know what Amanda Bynes was.
Crazy.
Yeah. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I used to be in all that spooky shit. I was a spooky kid. Halloween is my favorite holiday.
What about Halloween Town?
Halloween Town is my motherfucking
Halloween
shit.
Town
Don't look
was
under the bed. Motherfucking Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire.
Xenon, girl of the 21st century.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Man, make my heart go boom, boom. My
Really?
Nova girl.
Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
That's kind of new. That's kind of new. That's very new. That's very new.
This ain't that, but I just want to give a quick shout out to Kids Bop because y'all gave me 2 of the most fire covers in a long ass time with that Juju on the beat and that guy's playing. That Kids Bop guy's playing is amazing.
Like, cause I was a kid, like, oh, you're gonna put the song on here that kids like the original song. and niggas putting these white kids singing. All
It be some niggas in there too. It be some niggas in there. No, the Since You Been Gone, that was rad.
That's
the Kids
shit.
Bop version, I remember hearing that when I was a
dancing,
kid.
ever doing a mosh pit or dancing to that shit?
No.
We used to, I went to
I would, yeah, I about to
Kids
say.
Bob, Who Let the Dogs Out?
You said what?
Who Let the Dogs Out?
Yes, that was my shit.
Yeah,
that was some
that
freaky
clean.
ass shit too.
Radio Disney version of Who Let the Dogs Out was lit. Did y'all have Radio Disney up here? Everybody? Oh yeah. Lou Vega. My little sister got that CD for her motherfucking birthday.
I had a Britney Spears.
Humble number 5. Ooh shit. The which one?
They were mixed. It was an NSYNC and Britney Spears CD.
Damn.
Stood while she cut all her hair off until I did it, and I was like, wow, that's why she did it.
Someone told me that.
What?
The NSYNC, Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, Aaron Carter manager ended up being a pedophile. Jake just said.
Wow.
I know that. It makes sense. It makes sense.
B2K.
Well, as soon as the Chris Stokes shit came out, cause we. Niggas don't be knowing no better. You young in the game, and you do like. All right, so the Hotep shit about like how there's like this conspiracy to like feminize and make black men gay and shit. I don't necessarily believe that, but it is niggas or straight in the industry. There's a lot of actual photographers, directors, niggas who like are in positions of power that be gay.
Yes, that picture right
What
there.
makes niggas gay?
You know what makes niggas gay? Hypermasculinity. You push
that.
Sis. You are pushing yourself to
Wait.
I love that.
Wait.
I love that.
Wait.
That was
You know what's crazy?
What
That's
you
my shit.
resist persists.
You know
that.
yesterday I'm listening to a Key Queen song, Queen Key song.
Yeah, I love her. Oh my god.
Which one's
Shout
it?
out
Eat
to
My
Queen
Pussy?
Key,
No.
Queen shit. Yes.
She got a new song, got a feature
so proud
with
of
this
you.
gay boy, and the gay boy like
Ken Kush?
I think I don't know, I think
She
so.
had a couple gay dudes in her entourage.
And
That's
she was
the
like,
interview.
the nigga said on the chorus, I see your nigga looking, ooh he curious.
Yee, niggas do be gay and
And
curious though.
but the verse was so cold. It was like,
Have y'all
damn.
seen Random Acts of Flyness?
Yeah,
Yes.
I watched it.
Oh,
I
that
watched
shit.
it.
Yeah.
Have you seen episode 2 yet?
Yes, I did. Yes, I motherfucking did.
What's up?
That's the most uncomfortable show that watches a white person.
Yes, and I'm glad you.
I
I'm
It's
glad-
uncomfortable in general.
the Insecure pedal, and I've seen all the Insecure episodes, and I just would love for her to push herself a little bit more.
You know what?
I
After
just
being,
think that shit is very much so very
I was
surface, and I'm not fucking with the surface shit.
so a hot take. Honestly, I've been following East.
Childish Gambino, LES.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't think that
That's my-
I think
I fuck with
she
her,
has
but
her
look.
angle and her niche, but I don't think that she that far left. Like she not the black female Lakeith Stanfield.
No,
Actually
she
do
not.
some
She not.
Lakeith do some weird shit. Like I can actually see him on Random Acts.
About weird shit.
I think it to that next level
I think
because
it's about intentional shit, being intentional.
for you to be about some shit that's different.
It
What's
doesn't
up?
portray hood black people and low incomes.
To my stigma, and I know like I grew up in the city, so I also and I'm an urbanist, so like I don't always be necessarily fucking with like suburban shit in general, but there is a very distinct difference between like niggas who grew up in the city versus niggas who grew up in the burbs. There's a very distinct, even with niggas like that's Chicago. So Chicago's very specific with that blocks and block shit. But in general, being what I County Brown as hell, very
Yeah,
for
I
white
don't
people
fuck
to
with
just
that
take.
shit.
They're the ones
Because
getting all
that's
these
what's going
opportunities.
on
I
in
need
Hyde Park right
niggas.
now.
I need niggas
That's
to
what's
get an
going on
opportunity.
in
A
Hyde Park
smart
right now.
nigga to write another fucking movie that takes the fucking world over.
Who's the next smart nigga?
Ain't no telling.
You do know. You gotta
Say
listen.
Reggie Baby. Shout out Reggie Baby.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That
I
was
I love
really
Sorry to
weird,
Bother You.
and it was some things I really ain't fuck with. Like I kind of wish they didn't
Black
make. What's her name? Tessa Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the fact that they made her so quintessentially.
She like
a freak ass. Like she was just freaking, and that's cool. But they didn't make her really like. For more depth, I feel like Lakeith, you knew him, why he was fucked up, what was going on. You ain't do shit about her mama, her family, nothing. Like I thought, and the movie was damn near 2 hours. Come on, G. Like,
yeah. It could have been a lot
like,
more character
development is so
real.
important.
Yeah,
like and giving black women a sense of character and development.
That's why Issa is important, though.
I think all black women who are making art right now are important, and I don't knock Issa, but I'm going to. I'm gonna check you because I love you.
Mm-hmm.
When she had the episode, no spoiler. There was some, there was some fat shaming in there on men part. Like they really shamed dude for no reason.
I don't watch Insecure.
You didn't see the first season? That's the first
I stopped watching after episode 3, season 1.
I think season 2 wasn't good. I think she trying to come back.
When
Them shots was strong.
like when. I was like, yeah, nah, you lost me. Like, no,
a little more time with
it
this
didn't give, and it was like some parts where I wasn't fucking with the whole liquor being in the scene. Like that's some real shit. I think my problem is I want our art to be future based. I'm very Afrofuturistic. Like why can't we have sex without liquor being involved? Why can't we show just
like
seeing
Love
that on
Jones.
TV? Oh man, yeah.
I mean, it might be too aggressive.
And Jason Lyric,
for TV.
when they was
Yeah,
fucking in the flowers.
yeah. Yeah, I mean,
wait, what you thought I said?
I thought you said puppet sex. I'm like, what? Muppet
Oh
baby.
I just saw some shit like that.
Like,
Air sex where a nigga wear like a furry outfit.
Look at her like 6 Sense, like freaky ass. Yeah, but like that shit's like on you, like it's really glued on. Like you going to like Comic-Con, but you fucking in a whole like.
I will wear alien head and do porn. Are you gonna be that?
my first porn name though.
I think what you said.
Godzilla dick. Cause I was gonna go to Asia as a
I don't know if
kid.
that has a up like
What about
Godzilla
Cowboy
to really be
Bebop? Why don't you
Godzilla
play
dick
on some-
though. Miss
So
Cleo,
we figured that out earlier, and I was all
there
right.
is a Miss Cleo.
Oh lit. She's probably looking at crystal ball. I'm about to do a dick at 2 o'clock.
You know that a lot of people don't know there's a lot of crystals and computers. Are just woo wah, like woo woo and shit. Illness going on, and literally they bought him. She was privileged. She was white. It's bad.
That's actually
Whoa.
nice, man.
Like and like. With that fat ass crystal.
Wait, hold on. Remember, if you remember, no, remember from the.
Correct from the Brack Show.
No.
That was my shit. Remember O Canada? Y'all ever heard of O Canada? I remember the text.
Yeah. A lot of shit that Chicago local.
It's been good Chicago,
that's
nigga.
some Chicago shit. I didn't know about that.
Damn,
I didn't know about that. I heard the name, but like niggas
I met him
used
before.
to like Joan on the
St.
nigga.
Louis, nigga. My dad is from.
I didn't know we were.
Dominant gene, Chicago, recessive gene, St. Louis.
You fuck with St. Louis pizza?
I do not fuck with St. Louis pizza.
That's cool. St. Louis don't fuck with you.
St. Louis. I love the arc. I love the architecture.
That's an arch. Arch.
Yeah. Y'all call it arch? It's so
Google
old
it.
school. My mama saw old school.
Yeah, nigga. Call it what. I have respect.
I am sorry for. Remember that shit.
Well, don't do
fucking
it.
Lifetime, like old school St. Louis country. So my grandma.
It's
This
the,
another
it's
part
the
too.
pizza review.
My grandmother believes that if you drink and smoke, you're gonna go to hell. Like,
Most-
she's like that. You know, most old, old school grandmothers are. She's also a Virgo too, so that also adds to the rigidness. Lines of like my dad. Really much so.
But I know you're new school, like like.
I wasn't up on the news.
So basically,
I would hope that this time around, because
he's just shaking. He's just shaking the table.
I fucked with Bernie. We voted. We could have voted for Bernie.
in different realms. So like Illinois, the first state to get hacked, the voting thing to get hacked. So when Trump is
law of things.
Of course.
And it's like a bigger thing. We're not gonna talk about it too long. 1984. About people from knowing the truth and knowing their own truth, because it ain't
As
about
it
always.
We are living in a police state.
Yes, come on, bring it in. And both of my parents are the police, and I looked up both. They care about queerness and care about you being gay. Loving me too. You know, he doesn't, a forgiveness and acceptance of what. Some 9 years, like, and you believe this one thing, you were told this one thing, and then for somebody thing that is originally talking like with Harold, like I changed, like I dropped out of school, called my mom on the phone crying like I can't be here no more, I'm depressed. Like I was a bio major, I had bio 3 times a week. I showed up maybe 3 times the whole entire month. I was oversleeping, I was sleeping like crazy. That was before I knew what depression was, like the symptoms of depression, before we got real. You know, break shit down even further. But long story short, like I was going through depression, and Emmett Till having deja vu the year I went out there, and I remember seeing myself.
That was Atlanta?
No, in Tennessee.
Bang. Okay.
So when he got killed at, so I had deja vu like I've been here before. I was like, we've been here before. She was like, maybe you have. And my mom has been very magical, spiritual. Like she believes in certain superstitions. She knows that there's ghosts in the house. Old school with it because they just scare her. Like I remember my mom used to sleep with garlic after she watched Dracula. Like my mom was super into it, but she also it was up on rock and roll, like Queen and motherfucking like we used to sing Bohemian Rhapsody together as a family, like fucking Leonard Skinner. There's classic music, and of course Jimi Hendrix.
Let's see what you got.
She was like, one day you're not gonna need the cards.
So
and my dad. Writing music about it. I wanted to help people. Run its own course. That's but more so really present, like I so I'm like, it's teachers out. Gonna pull filtering right now. There's a lot of and only want to fuck with white and like a color that grounds you.
Real.
So I to be what? Pure. Or leaving the yellow egg in. I have with people. I don't make shit weird either.
Let it spell those, then yeah.
OPRAA.
You should probably be working.
And go there, you know.
Well, I did
each
it,
one
sis.
teach one. You know, we
Hey.
gotta look out for each other.
We ain't got
but
time.
This is not their fault.
And if
they
a
ain't
little
been
baby,
taught.
an actual little baby
I have
knows how to spell
twins, I
Oprah
babysit.
and Gucci.
My young people get everything from me. I have to be careful, like, ooh, gee, I.
For sure, I do tarot readings with my students too. You know, everything is, you know, consensual. You want to be a part of this. I'll never create nobody in the atmosphere. On the Most High.
Shuffling.
So are you reading one of
Yes,
ours?
I'm about
Or are
to
you
give
gonna
y'all
do-
I'm about to open it up a little prayer first.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pull these cards.
We got
And
about a
then-
good 5-10 minutes. so we
Yeah,
good.
and then I'm gonna pull these other cards and I'll explain the decks as I go. So, because these are all different ones, and these are crystals, these are affirmations, like. So I mix it up because I get bored easily. Sagittarius shit.
So what you gonna do? Like one of each, one of each,
Yeah,
one of each.
mhm.
Clean.
All right, spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors of love, light, protection, and truth. Can I please have 3 cards what the current situation is for everybody in this room, for the community, for what is the current situation for the world, for us, of us, what is currently going on in the energy right now on August, what's today?
14th
August 14, 2018. What's currently going on as of
at 7:51.
August 14, 2018. Sometimes they ask for specific, but sometimes you ain't get that specific. But you do got to be very intentional about your questions. And that's another thing she taught me is like, you don't ask like, how can I get some money? Or like, where can I get some money? Or am I going to be rich? Am I going to be a millionaire? You ask, how can I advance in my financial areas of life? How can I increase my income? How should I go about increasing my income? How will I go about increasing my income? It's about really taking ownership of your power. So it's never about taking your power and putting it in somebody else's hands and letting somebody tell you that you're going to be broke for the rest of your life or this is going to happen to your family. Like, really going and knowing what the fuck you asking for so you get the answer you need. Because niggas be wanting to ask something and then they get the wrong answer or they get something that's not what they wanted to hear and now you upset. It's like you be asking me like, tell me about my love life and you want me to tell me like where your next nigga at. I'm going to tell you, look, you need to tell me why you won't be honest with yourself about your childhood trauma and how that's affecting your relationships. Why don't you talk about how your self-image issues are causing you not to allow yourself to have deep and genuine love with people? Why are your work life taking up too much of your time? Like all these things that people kind of miss that are the true keys to them finding love or money or stability.
Whatever, yeah, they looking
So, yeah, and you just open the channel up. My heart feels so good right now. My heart chakra is so popping right now. Yeah. And I just feel like, I also think that's a count of me taking care of myself. Like I said, spiritual people got to take care of themselves. That's why I am social, but I'm very selective about my socialness. Like, I'm very about what feels good, what's going to say, what does it say about conserving energy and time as I'm trying to replenish myself, because you go through low points. Everybody go through low points. And you don't never get a chance to really regroup because you give in to everybody else. And that's how I ended up in the hospital, because my heart, because you think about it always starts as an energetic thing before it ends up physical. So all diseases, illnesses, headaches, migraines, certain aches in the body end up as an energetic thing because it all is about like reflexology in certain parts of your body. And my heart hurt because I just felt like I was giving so much back and I wasn't getting in return, and I resented that.
and giving so much to people, but then it's about you don't give out of expectation, but you also make sure you take care of yourself. That's where the boundaries come in. So spiritual people will learn that lesson hard sometimes through love and relationships and through family and whatever, but why they become spiritual is because they know there's more to this.
Real.
So we gonna pull these cards. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Because we probably only got like a minute apiece on each of them.
So yeah, I think this is all. So I think this all is what everybody's been feeling this metaphorical death, ego death, change. We're coming out of summer. It's been a long summer.
It has
been a very weird summer. We've lost people. There's been stuff going on. Rest in peace to Rico, for real.
Yeah, R.I.P. Rico. I didn't know Rico, but
that was my nigga. Like,
I know a lot of people knew him.
Shit is so sad because we just think about how we as young people we're not granted the ability to know about change and spirituality the way it's healthy. We fear death. Fear change. We don't know how to handle it. Grief is not allowed. We do not allow the space of grief because of capitalism. Black people are always expending energy, always like we're never allowed to mourn and grief and take care of ourselves and regroup again. And I think that it's important that we also know that we go through many deaths all the time. Like when you change a job, you change a space, you're about to move. And I think these are very good cards. I think that when we hear death, we hear bad, because it is unfortunately, because we live in the world we live, that the America we live in, the violence that we are perpetuated upon us, we as young people don't get a chance to know about spirituality the way it should. So when we think about cards, when we think about cards and we think about peace and we think about rediscovering who we are and all those crazy big words and stuff that are very essential. This spread is really telling me is that it's about going after you want.
Let everybody know what kind of cards are out here.
Okay, so yeah, these are Rider-Waite decks. That's the original tarot. Like tarot is like 78 cards, give or take. It's 21 cards, so it goes from the Fool to the Judgment, from the Fool to the World card. And the Judgment card's on the table, so that's the reason why I'm thinking that. But the Fool card to the World card, and they're both zeros. Going in and out, turning from young, fool, naive, making risks, taking advantages. Babies only learn through risk. True. You don't learn through nothing else. If a baby just laid there, you wouldn't learn shit. A baby gotta look. A baby gotta ask. A baby gotta want, chase, go after shit. Like, it's all a part of the process. And when you get to the end of the World card, it's about you changing and going into that. So, long story short, I don't know. I'm going to pull these because sometimes it just tells me. Yeah. So there is a lot of stuff going on right now about people trying to make money. There's a lot about money right now. Thank you. Money right now with trying to sustain oneself. Capricorn is in a lot of places right now. There's a lot of retrogrades. And the retrogrades, all of the different things that cause times for reflection and so checks can be delayed, hearing back from a job can be delayed, you starting a really big $1 million idea needs to be delayed because it needs to be reviewed, it needs to be redone, it needs to be revamped. So all of that shit included. Yeah, so all of that shit is included, and I think we're going from worrying about how much money we're making and worrying about how much wealth we are obtaining. Because wealth is different than
money. Big facts.
So when we think, are we thinking good? Are we taking care of our bodies? Are we going to the doctor? Are we staying?
Are you inflamed? I mean, people don't know that.
You know what? Smoothies, turmeric, and ginger help with
See,
that type of shit.
now listen. Like, I didn't know what inflammation was until this year.
You know what? And inflammation could be a lot of things. Like, you can have anxiety so bad you inflame your stomach lining and fuck up certain parts of your body.
Exactly. That happened to me.
All of this shit is basically saying, like, on some super high shit, but also very true shit, is that we have to go from.
I like when women do this.
We gotta go from
grabbing the energy from the world.
Just grabbing it up, just gathering it up real quick. Just talking about how we are changing how we review money and stability and foundation. More so from a very feminine lens, and not very much so masculine. I think feminine is good. Is always looked as soft and not good and not aggressive. This woman here has money, but she has no reason to boast about it because her money is internal. She takes care of her body. She wears comfortable clothes and fit. She wears shit that is ensouled with things that make her feet comfortable. So it's not always about what kind of shoes and jeans you got. Are they comfortable? Are they good for you? Do you feel?
Are you cozy?
You have a fucking is your fridge full of shit? You can buy bottles of champagne, but do you have a fridge full of fruit at home?
Let alone can you actually cook? Not even on those sexist shit.
No,
but
can you can you maintain the fruit?
Right, nigga.
It goes bad fast. Just how
lime juice. You put lime juice on avocado, it keeps them from going bad.
But a lot of people are like fruit though. They bananas.
Yeah, and you know what else?
They turn bad fast.
I think it's about people investing in their health and knowing that will make it so your mental health, your spiritual. You know, you need a bigger apartment.
What's your favorite fruit?
My favorite fruit?
Yes.
Damn near blueberries,
you better say
pineapples, and watermelon.
No bananas?
I hate bananas. I hate bananas. Bananas are gross.
Last cards, and then we gonna check on up out of this place.
Yeah, bananas are gross. I had a terrible experience. Like, bananas are just nasty. They're like banana flavored things are nasty. Like,
watermelon flavored things are nasty.
I don't fuck with plantains.
Whoa.
I would eat them here and there. Like, I eat one of them with my oxtails.
It's a plantain, by the way. I'm tired of people actually saying it's plantain. You guys see it on my Insta story. No, because it's so things that are nouns like a plantain, like a mountain or a fountain, it's the same thing. Now it's different.
Fountain? What's different?
It's different if it's a verb like gain. That's different. You're gaining something. That's when the pronunciation is different. Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah, they both end with AIN, but like they're all different.
Let's get into these cards.
Mountain is a noun, like a plantain is a noun.
So the cards are very much so like. Let me move all this stuff out the way because I know where am I? Okay, am I not supposed to put it here or there or everywhere? The cards are very simple. I think there's a lot of care of your life force, taking care of your being, allowing the other parts of you that need to die and get rid of, letting those go.
Real.
But also knowing that in the back of the death card, the sun is coming up. So there isn't always about things like being gone. It's about things regenerating, restarting. It's a Scorpio card.
Sis, so what's crazy for you? I'm going to say like how this shit be so real because this ain't the first time she's read my cards. You know, I've been like talking to you and whenever we catch up and all that shit. She prayed for it to be like a general thing. I'm just speaking on my own thing. But like I've opened up to you early on. And I've just kind of started really coming out to like the other homies as well. Like I've been kind of depressed lately or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of depression going on.
But it's been so much abundance and blessings and other shit still happening. Like I can't give up. I can't stop fighting. I can't keep pushing forward. You want to see what the cards are?
Perseverance.
Wow.
So let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about it real quick. I know we run into time, but I love talking to y'all. I love this.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying.
You gonna come back again.
I like the fact that Mercury in retrograde. Y'all don't even know. Like we got a chance to do this. Happens without it. We can. There's certain things that you can peep and see and know, and you know they're coming up. But there's certain things that are out of your control for everybody, and it's still happening by the planets. No, you good. I just want to. I want to help. You know, we all in here. We good. We friends. We gonna help each other.
So yeah, what's these last joints?
Taking abundance and putting it in a new form, transforming what we see abundance as. Transforming what we see abundance as, how we go about abundance, what is abundance. If you got a job and you work hard as fuck and you got all this shit and you can't enjoy it, are you really happy? You got a house that you never in. over. It's over. It's carrying over. So he can't even get up out that coat. He can't even wear the shit he wearing.
That's damn near a blow.
Death comes through. And look, the woman in the back. It's like these are rising. The feminine now rising. That's what we miss. It's like androgyny and fluidity and like purple. Purple's a bomb ass color, but it's two of the most powerful colors we have in the primary color spectrum. Like those things merge together and make something better, make something more powerful. And I think that's why, like, we don't cry when we mix our red and our blues together and make purple because we do what we got to do. When we think about our lives, how we got to mix certain things together, bring certain things together to make something else that scares us.
Like we came together and we brought this podcast together.
So, yeah, you know, we all different parts of the same coin. I'm, you know, having it in my subconscious is in y'all sons. So we all are pushing out ideas. Right now is a big time. There's a lot of change and transformation, like standing behind who you are really becoming, putting out who you want to be. Like, I want to be somebody who is around good people. I want to be around somebody who I have good friends. Like, having good friends. And thinking about how it's not like ass house with a fat. Place, but from a meditative place. So it's like, damn, I want to spend $35 to go out, but I know I'm trying to save up for this spot, and I'm talking about me right now. So I'm trying to save up for this spot. And long story short, staying strong with what you want to do right now. Staying strong in what you want to do right now. Staying in your purpose. I know we're here forever. I would never feel like
and where every night we play the best new Chicago singles from 8 to 10 every night.
That's a commercial. We have the first commercial right now.
Yeah, bro. We pubbing us out to
We have
Mild
a
Sauce.
commercial?
That's mildsauce.co.radio.
damn.
Au revoir. This is the God to Great A Living. We'll be back soon, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. This shit was lit.
We was high as fuck.